Hello friends and welcome back. Today, we're gonna talk about
Satan.
Specifically the Satan-themed Lil Nas X shoes that led to a lawsuit from Nike. In this little play, there are three characters you need to know about. One, Lil Nas X, the singer-rapper who broke out in 2019 with his surprise smash Old Town Road. Two, Mischief, a Brooklyn-based art collective, which sounds so pretentious to the point that it's actually a little scary. And three, Nike, who I assume you've heard of Nike. They make shoes, and they have the swoosh. Anyway, Lil Nas X has been busy promoting his latest video, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, that has generated a bit of controversy. Primarily due to the biblical imagery. There's the snake in the Garden of Eden who seduces him, and then later he gives Satan a lap dance. It's one of those things where conservative groups are really up in arms about the video, and I was genuinely like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot that was a thing. You know, like it almost feels like that type of outrage is a throwback to the 90s or something. As a brief aside, Call Me By Your Name, the title of the song, obviously that comes from the movie Call Me By Your Name, which is about a young boy and a homosexual love affair that he had when he was younger. I really liked that movie. I thought that was a great movie. But the actual thing of calling someone by your name is one of those things that, like, the title sounds cool, but I'm not actually sure how romantic that is in practice. Like, if I went up to my wife and was like, "Hi, Jake," I feel like everyone involved would just be really uncomfortable with that. Not important. Anyway, Lil Nas X threw more flames on the fire when he announced that he was doing a limited edition release of new Satan shoes made in collaboration with this Brooklyn company, Mischief. So limited, in fact, they only released 666 pairs. So, I mean, 666, you get it. The shoes cost $1,018, which is a reference to a Bible passage, Luke 10:18, which reads, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." I gotta say, it's a little annoying when you treat the price of your art as if it's part of the art itself. You can act like you're being clever, but at the end of the day, you're still charging over $1,000 for a pair of sneakers. These Satan shoes have a bronze pentagram, an inverted cross, and a real drop of human blood in every shoe. Apparently the blood in the shoes came from the people working at Mischief. I just have this vision in my head of this poor unpaid intern coming back from a coffee run like, I'm sorry, you need my what now? So the shoe release is announced. It's this, you know, big thing online. Conservative leaders immediately come out and voice their disapproval. For instance, the governor of South Dakota tweeted, "We are fighting for the soul of our nation," which, like, calm down. Lil Nas X tweeted back at her, "Do your job," which honestly, yeah, I mean, do not concern yourself with sneaker sales. Speaking of do your job, don't forget to do your job and hit that like and subscribe button. One might say you should just do it. Now, angry conservative groups are one thing. Angry $35 billion corporations are another. Because the worst thing Mischief did, it would seem, is to make their satirical sneakers based on Nike Air Max 97s. The same day the shoes were released, Nike filed a lawsuit against Mischief, stating that the shoes were likely to cause confusion and dilution and create an erroneous association between Mischief's products and Nike. There is already evidence of significant confusion and dilution occurring in the marketplace, including calls to boycott Nike in response to the launch of Mischief's Satan shoes based on the mistaken belief that Nike has authorized or approved this product. I'll admit, when I first heard the story, my first reaction was like, oh, Nike's just being overly dramatic. But then I remembered that people are crazy. And of course, Nike was facing all kinds of threats of boycotts and you know, threats against people who worked there and stuff like that. So it makes sense they would take it seriously. I'm not saying I feel bad for Nike. I'm just saying I can understand why Nike had to take action here. Nike tells the court, as a direct and proximate result of Mischief's wrongful acts, Nike has suffered, continues to suffer, and/or is likely to suffer damage to its trademarks, business reputation, and goodwill that money cannot compensate. Unless enjoined, Mischief will continue to use Nike's asserted marks and/or confusingly similar marks and will cause irreparable damage to Nike for which Nike has no adequate remedy at law. So basically, Nike was like, hey, court, make them stop selling our shoe. To which Mischief was like, we already did stop, you idiots. There was only 666 pairs of them and they sold out in like 2 minutes. To which the Nike lawyers replied, we find it very hard to believe you already shipped out all the orders. To which I reply, is it really that hard to ship under 700 pairs of shoes in one day? Like, isn't that what an Amazon fulfillment person is doing like every hour? Now, Mischief pointed out this is actually the second time that they have done a Nike-based sneaker. 2 years prior, they released the Jesus shoe, including a gold cross and holy water in the sole of the shoe, which, okay. So their question to Nike and to the court was, how come that other shoe wasn't a problem, but this one is? While I kind of get what Mischief is going for, I don't think that's like the slam dunk argument that they think it is. Nike didn't care about the first one, because they weren't getting threats of boycotts from people who were angry about a Jesus shoe. Also, the one is tied in with a very successful entertainer who happens to be in the middle of a intentionally provocative project that he's working on, while the other seems like it would be sold exclusively to wealthy televangelists. Anyway, as of this recording, the US federal court has issued a notice that Mischief needs to halt production of the shoe, which again, it seems like they already made the shoe and they already shipped it, so I don't think there's anything to actually halt. To be seen if Nike continues to push this further or if they just ignore the problem and hope it goes away. That's what I would do. But then again, I'm a lazy individual. I'm not a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Mischief released a statement saying, Mischief strongly believes in the freedom of expression. We look forward to working with Nike and the court to resolve this case in the most expeditious manner. While this has all been going on, Lil Nas X has been his regular wacky self, kind of making light of the whole thing on Twitter. It probably helps that he's not directly named in the lawsuit, so, you know, he can sort of enjoy that from afar. Plus, he's got his own stuff to worry about, like his online beef with the governor of South Dakota. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit like, subscribe, hit that little notification bell. Would you wear these hipster blood devil shoes? Leave a comment. Let me know. Thanks so much, guys. Talk soon.